Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. Last year, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim made such a decision to completely ban the export of rare earth ores. This sudden ban not only caught local Malaysian companies off guard, but also had a significant impact on related industries in China thousands of miles away. Malaysian Natural Resources Minister Nik Nazmi even went to China in person to seek help. The Malaysian government initially took an open attitude and welcomed China and the United States to invest and teach technology, hoping to achieve economic takeoff with the help of the rare earth industry. However, a ban broke all the beautiful fantasies, and Chinese and American companies fell into trouble one after another, especially those Chinese companies that had already taken root in Malaysia and had no choice but to withdraw and suffered heavy losses. The strategic significance of rare earth resources is self-evident. It is an indispensable and important raw material for high-tech industries. As world science and technology powers, China and the United States have an unquestionable demand for rare earth resources. Malaysia's rare earth ban has undoubtedly brought considerable troubles to the two countries. Especially for China, Malaysia was once one of the important channels for China's rare earth exports. Once the ban was issued, China's rare earth supply chain was also greatly impacted. Why did the Malaysian government suddenly make such a decision? The official explanation is to protect resources and the environment. However, this explanation is obviously difficult to convince the public. As one of the important economic pillars of Malaysia, the rare earth industry was directly paralyzed as soon as the ban was issued, resulting in huge economic losses. Therefore, people can't help but wonder whether there are more complicated reasons behind this. The Malaysian government's move may be to seek more bargaining chips on the international political stage. As the two most important economies in the world, China and the United States are in a game and competition everywhere. As a small country, Malaysia is often in a passive position in this game between big countries. However, the rich reserves of rare earth resources give Malaysia the confidence to talk with big countries. By banning the export of rare earths, the Malaysian government is trying to win more attention and voice on the international political stage. Faced with the plight of the rare earth industry, Malaysian Minister of Natural Resources Nik Nazmi personally went to China to seek help. This move not only reflects the Malaysian government's attention and dependence on Chinese technology, but also reflects Malaysia's delicate situation on the international political stage. China's rare earth technology is in a leading position in the world. For Malaysia, if it wants to revitalize the rare earth industry, it cannot do without China's technical support. However, this is not an easy task. On the one hand, using Chinese technology may offend the United States, triggering a trade war or technological blockade. On the other hand, if China's help is rejected, Malaysia's rare earth industry will fall into an irreparable situation. Therefore, Nik Nazmi's trip can be said to be walking a tightrope, and a slight mistake may trigger a greater political and economic crisis. Malaysia is in a delicate position in the international political and economic storm. On the one hand, it needs China's technology to save the rare earth industry. On the other hand, it has to handle its relationship with the United States carefully, for fear of being involved in the wrestling between China and the United States. This situation makes the Malaysian government appear very passive and helpless. However, international politics is so cruel. On the international stage, there are no eternal friends, only eternal interests. The Malaysian government has to make some seemingly absurd, but necessary decisions. Behind these decisions, there are often complex political and economic considerations. What will be the future of Malaysia's rare earths? Will Nick Nazmi's trip to China go smoothly? These questions are still unresolved. But what is certain is that Malaysia's rare earth strategy is a gamble. It is a gamble on the future and destiny of the country. Rare earth resources are the country's precious wealth. This marriage cheating incident in Shakesing is indeed shocking and lamentable. On the surface, this is an ordinary cheating incident, but the details involved and the husband's surprising behavior make this incident particularly eye-catching. In this rare earth storm, the Malaysian government has undoubtedly been under tremendous pressure and challenges. However, behind all this is a cruel reality. On the international stage, there are no eternal friends, only eternal interests. Countries are engaged in fierce games and competitions for their own interests. As a small country, Malaysia is often in a weak position in this game. However, through the competition and game of rare earth resources, the Malaysian government is trying to win more attention and voice on the international political stage. The Malaysian rare earth ban incident is not only a battle for resources, but also a contest of international politics. In this contest, countries are engaged in fierce games for their own interests. As a small country, Malaysia seems helpless in this game, but has to participate in it. This contest also allows us to see the cruelty and complexity of international politics. On the international stage, there are no eternal friends and enemies, only eternal interests. Countries engage in fierce games and competitions for their own interests. This game and competition will not only affect the economic and social development of various countries, but also have a profound impact on the global political landscape and stability. We need to reflect deeply on and understand international politics. Only by deeply understanding the complexity and cruelty of international politics can we better respond to various challenges and crises. At the same time, we also need to strengthen international cooperation and exchanges to jointly promote global political and economic stability and prosperity. For the Malaysian rare earth ban incident, we should conduct in-depth analysis and thinking from multiple angles. We must see the complex reasons and far-reaching impacts behind it, and we must also see the helplessness and struggle of various countries in the international political game. Only in this way can we better understand this incident and make wise judgments and decisions.